I guess it was too good to be true, right? Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. Did you see the story in the Times Tribune yesterday? And I think WNEP had it too. About the guy who left that big tip a while back at Alfredo's in South Scranton. And now he's disputing the charges on his credit card. Look, it's not like this guy was hammered and left the tip and then found out about it when his bill came, okay? This guy posed for pictures with everybody on the staff, interviewed with the newspaper like a day or two later. He knew what he was doing. He said it was part of a program called Tips for Jesus. I didn't realize that Tips for Jesus involved taking it back and screwing somebody over. That doesn't seem very Jesus-like to me. But there's someone out there who can help. A new TV show designed to help. On the next episode of Tip Hunters.
I was waiting tables all day, like always. There was a guy eating alone. He ordered a small pepperoni and a Coke.
You thought it was the best day of your working life.
I got him a refill, and he seemed happy when I told him it was free.
Turns out it was the beginning of the worst year of your life.
Eventually, he asked for a box and the check. It was $12.09.
You got a big tip. A windfall. Like winning a scratcher.
I pick up the check, and he left me a big tip. Like, huge. A $3,000 tip. That's 4 figures, dude. I called my husband and said, honey, pack your bags. We's taking that weekend trip to the beach.
But the money never came.
He disputed the charge, and I never got a dime.
How do we get justice for the working person? Find out on the next Tip Hunters. Check your local listings or stream it on Paramount Plus. Look, they'll stream anything. Seriously, anything.
Texting and drinking is never a good idea. We've all done it, and we've all regretted it. The drunken texts you forgot you sent. Prospectors collected them in InTEXTicated on Rock 107.
From the 510 in Oakland, California. Have you ever straight up just taken a bite out of a block of cheese? Because it's amazing. Dallas, Texas, area code 214. In an effort to go green, I just used rainwater to fill my bong. 443, Baltimore, Maryland. We just walked into this party and immediately got handed a grilled cheese sandwich.
You hit send, and we hit the floor laughing. In InTEXTicated on Rock 107.
From the 913, Overland Park, Kansas. Hold on, I'm having a staring contest with my cat. Portland, Oregon, area code 503. I don't know who he was, where he came from, or where he went, but he just handed me a bowl of mac and cheese and left. It was good, too. And from San Diego, California, area code 858. I don't know what you're doing, but there's a dragon on my street.
Proof that booze and cell phones don't mix. In InTEXTicated on Rock 107.
Ottawa, Canada, area code 613. My textbook just quoted the Cookie Monster. From the 973 in Newark, New Jersey, we ate a 40-pack of string cheese and watched an entire washing machine cycle. And from the 217, Springfield, Illinois, piggyback rides are my preferred mode of transportation.
Hey, we found them in your telephone. In InTEXTicated. Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
A man was killed Sunday in the first fatal kangaroo attack in Australia in 86 years. Authorities haven't released a motive for the attack and have cautioned the media not to hop to conclusions. Major League Baseball announced rule changes to get more fans. Rule change number 1, everyone must now play football. Today is National Sober Day. Exceptions will be made for Dallas Cowboy fans.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
1 minute inside a woman's head.
Dunkin' and Starbucks have rolled out the pumpkin spice. This year I saw pumpkin spice Kahlua and pumpkin spice Special K. Some would say it's too much pumpkin. Not me. I need more pumpkin. I'm so excited. But it's not just coffee. There's pumpkin spice pancake syrup, pumpkin spice peanut butter, pumpkin marshmallows, pumpkin spice country crock margarine. Do I want my toast to be pumpkin-y? You bet I do. There is pumpkin spice bologna. No, really. They even have pumpkin spice Kit Kats. I don't care what it is. If it's pumpkin spice, I am all about it. Wait, there is pumpkin spice Spam. Yuck. Well, that's it. Pumpkin spice is over.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
It's pumpkin spice season. There are too many pumpkin products. It's not even that good. I'll tell you, the only pumpkins I'm interested in are the ones that jiggle under her sweater. Yeah.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A woman in Maryland accidentally bought lottery tickets for the wrong drawing the other day. But I guess it was the right drawing after all, because one of those tickets hit for $50,000.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
I've learned a couple of things in life. One thing I've learned, don't use mailbox. Yeah, not right now, not Northeast PA. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. You've learned something since you were 18, haven't you? Suspend disbelief with me for a minute or two. And let's say you have a time machine. You can travel back in time to meet only yourself, only on your 18th birthday, and you only have a few seconds to impart something to your 18-year-old self. You get 3 words. What 3 words would you say to 18-year-old you? That's what I want to know this morning. Steve says, buy Apple stock. Karen, don't leave Chris. Justin in Sweet Valley on the Rock Lines. What 3 words would you say to 18-year-old you?
Join the Army.
Now, why? Why would you say that?
It would have changed a lot of things for me at that time.
Vinny from Dallas on the Rock Lines. 3 words you'd say to 18-year-old you. What do you got?
Hey, my 3 words would be, don't do drugs.
That's good advice, I think, right there. I mean, especially if you had some trouble with them. TA says, unicycle, juggling, face paint. I want to know what's going on in his life. Dave, time runs out. And 3 words to your 18-year-old self. Laura says, never grow up. Karen, on the Rock Lines, what 3 words would you say to your 18-year-old self?
Wear knee pads.
Now, I got to ask why. What does that mean, wear knee pads?
Well, from all the years cleaning houses, to get down on my knees.
All right, that I got to be honest, that's much better than what I was thinking.
That's what I would tell myself.
All right, John says, join the Marines, and Ryan, buy more vinyl. I would say save your vinyl, if that's what you're thinking about. 3 words you would say to 18-year-old you. You go back in time, you get 3 words, and that's it, and then it's going to go forever. What 3 words would you say? Joe says, enjoy every sandwich. Ed, forget crazy chicks. Scott from Dallas on the Rock Lines. What 3 words would you say to 18-year-old you?
Don't get married.
There's got to be a story behind that, right?
Yeah, I got married because of a kid.
Oh!
You know, take care of your kid, but marriage ain't always the best thing, let's say.
Just because you're going to be a dad doesn't mean you need to be a husband.
You got that right.
There you go. And Gene, his 3 words to 18-year-old self might be my favorite of the bunch. Ignore the cheerleader. Drunkenly drove his vehicle into the ocean. It happened in Delaware last Thursday. Some bystanders were able to pull him out. He was charged with DUI.
Nominee number 2.
A man in Texas was arrested on Sunday after accidentally shooting himself in the backside. It's not clear how it happened, but witnesses say he was shooting his gun into the air. He's in stable condition.
And the winner is
the man who was arrested after somehow shooting himself in his own buttocks. You are the Yambag of the day. And we'll move on to Friday's Yambag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the day. Weekday mornings on Rock 107. 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cut.